Hey guys, Sal here. This is my lovely wife Patty,
Hi.
and what we want to get into today is to talk about MTS, or multiple tank syndrome. I don't think it's ever been addressed before that I have seen on the spouse level and what the spouse goes through to be supportive when you have so many fish tanks in the house. Currently I'm running 4 fish tanks at about 500 gallons, which is more than the norm. I've been doing it my whole life, and what we go through on tank day at my house, it's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, and 3 hours in the week I need for tanks. What goes on with the family? We have 2 kids on tank day, so if you want to discuss that, what goes on tank day, if you want to let them know.
It's very intense in the house. He's very focused on the cleaning of his fish tank, so we all know about the seriousness of what it takes to clean the fish tanks. So we try to be as supportive as possible by basically giving him the space he needs to do what he needs to do to clean the tanks efficiently.
To keep these tanks running that level, it's a weekly process. When I first met Patty, I told her that I come with fish tanks, and there's worse problems that you could have, I think. And then tell me a little bit about my first birthday present from you. We were only dating 3 weeks.
Okay, so he expressed how much he loved his fish tanks and fish, and he was telling me about all these different species, and I hadn't heard of any of them. And so for his first birthday that we were together, we previously went down to a fish shop together in Tempe, Arizona, and he pointed out some fish that he really liked. And I remember scribbling something down on this little pad that I had without him seeing it. I probably butchered the spelling because I had never heard it before. And I went back that week by myself and with my little pad, and I asked one of the workers, do you have this, what is it, Synodontis ticoris? Was that it?
Impressive.
Synodontis ticoris.
Very impressive.
Yeah, and I was, I had no
Nice.
idea what I was talking about. So he said, yeah. So we went to go to the tank that had them, and they were $50 a piece, $49.99 a piece. So I wanted to get Sal something for the first birthday that we had spent together, special, make it really special, and I knew this was his passion, so I wanted to get the fish for him. So I wound up getting both fish and driving back to your
No, we were at your condo.
You were at my condo?
Yeah.
Oh, so
They were wrapped in birthday paper.
Oh, that's right. I had them in birthday paper, and I'm like, you've got to open these up because I didn't.
We have to go back to your.
Yeah, and I'm like, you have to open these up because then we have to go back to your place so you can. Just listen to me. So he opened them up, and needless to say, he was extremely surprised. Did not remotely understand how I could have pulled something like that off, but it was definitely something memorable for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's what started my interest in freshwater fish and fish tanks.
She has a lot of knowledge that's come over the years. It's been 14 years now
Yeah.
since that story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I like to share and with her, right?
Yeah, I mean, when we go, we used to, before we had children, we'd spend a Saturday driving around the Phoenix area to different fish shops and seeing what they had available and if he had any space in his tank for them. And you know, in the beginning I'm like, what are we doing? But then I really did develop like interest and a love for all these different kinds of fish. So I can't really say that I know what to do with fish tanks or the pieces and parts and everything it entails, but I know that it's really important to him, so that's why I feel that I need to be as supportive as possible. And like I said, I have developed an interest myself in different species, and I'll talk to him about it and say, you know, why don't we get this? Why don't we get that? That's really cool. Get this, get that. And you know, I'm usually shut down because there's not enough space in the tank, which I have to still wrap my head around and understand, but he's been explaining that to me, that you can't overpopulate a fish tank. So I guess I'm getting a little more educated on the whole
Well, you
hobby.
can't overpopulate. You have to have the right water chemistry or makeup for the fish to thrive together.
Yeah.
And then there's aggression issues, all kinds of stuff you need to know. Behind me is my 240 gallon. I have several other tanks that I'll introduce along the way. We figured we start out with our biggest tank for a quick interview. But I don't think anybody's ever addressed the multiple tank syndrome thing. I think it's a passion. I don't think it's an addiction or an affliction. And for anybody out there who struggles with something like this, and I didn't think there were people out there until I got on the internet myself, play this video to your spouse and show them that you could have worse hobbies or worse habits in your life, something healthy like this that is a real de-stressor, that really, I always said it's wild animals in the living room, which is something to watch and something to really experience. So.
Like I understand how much he enjoys doing this, so of course I'm going to be supportive about it because, I have things that I'm interested in that he is supportive of as well, but it is actually pretty cool when you get down to it and see everything that it entails. So, but it does get pretty intense in here when he is when he is cleaning his tank. So, in that respect, you do really have to put your support on
I guess the chase is that you can never reach the top of what you're doing. You can never reach that pinnacle. And you can always learn from other people. You can always learn from what the fish are doing in there. I've got a lot of knowledge to share, decades of experience, but I'm getting on YouTube to see what everybody else knows too. There's always something you can learn, maybe from even the first year aquarist. And I've got decades of experience. So I like to enjoy my hobby and I like to share it. That's it for now. We'll pick it up on another video.
Thank you, and if you're interested in watching any more of Sal's tanks, please hit the subscribe button below and give us a thumbs up. Thanks so much. Bye.